Hi, this is Lisa at A Couple's Place. Are all ways of communicating equally corrosive? Actually, they aren't. There are 4 ways of communicating that really stand out for couples that I want to help you pay attention to. They are criticism, defensiveness, contempt, and stonewalling. These 4 ways of interacting are the biggest predictors according to John Gottman's research. Criticism is when you're talking to your partner and you're using you statements. Usually it sounds like you always, you never, I can't believe you. The speaker generally has a legitimate complaint, or they have a complaint for sure, but they're presenting it with a harsh startup. And odds are their partner is going to get defensive, and that conversation is going to turn into a fight. So the antidote is not to stifle yourself. The antidote, though, is to take a minute and think about how you can present that complaint a little more gently. And typically it starts with I'm feeling about what. Describe what's happening. And definitely ask for what you need. Your partner can say yes, they can say no, they can say I'll try. How they respond is up to them. But you are being assertive. So it sounds like, I was upset that you didn't ask me any questions at dinner tonight. And I'd really like you to ask me more questions, particularly when we're out with friends. Include me in the conversations. That would be an example of complaint with a gentle start. Defensiveness happens when perhaps your partner is criticizing you, or maybe they're doing a gentle start, and your response is defensive. In other words, you don't take any responsibility for what's upsetting your partner. And it can sound like a counter complaint. Well, what about you? You never talked about me either. Or it can be sort of a whining, like innocent victim. Well, come on, I do a lot of things. I paid for dinner. Whatever it might be. But it's not addressing in that moment your partner's concern. And guess where that's going to lead? It's going to lead to a fight. All of these ways of interacting with the Four Horsemen generally either lead to fights or to shutting down. So don't despair, because there is an antidote, of course, which is just to take some responsibility that whether you see it as a problem or not, your partner does. And so open that dialogue a little bit. Tell me more about that, or, I can try harder, or whatever it might be. But anything that begets that you heard the complaint and that you're taking it seriously is taking responsibility, and that's the antidote, to defensiveness. The third horseman is contempt. And of all of them, this is the most important one to avoid, because you do not find contempt in happy relationships. Barely do you find it. Of all of them, you found some of the others, but barely did they find contempt. Because contempt is when you're criticizing your partner, certainly, but you're also giving it a kick where you're looking down on them. So name calling is contempt, or implying in some way that your partner is less than you. They are less emotionally intelligent. They're less intelligent. They're, not savvy. They're, whatever it is. But it really denotes looking down on them. And of course, that's awful, because how terrible to feel that the person that you love is seeing you as less than. The antidote to contempt is very similar to criticism. It's not, again, to stifle your concern, but to really think about how you communicate that, and communicate it with an I statement. I'm feeling about what? Describe it, and add in what you need, or what you'd like to see, or what you wish for, and begin a dialogue about that concern. The fourth horseman is stonewalling. And if women tend to criticize more of the four horsemen, women criticize more, men tend to be more of the stonewallers. Now, both men and women can do both of those, but disproportionately, men stonewalled more than women. Women criticized more than men. So stonewalling is the absence of response. Your partner maybe is making a complaint, or they're making a gentle, concern, bringing up something, or maybe they're criticizing you and you just shut down like a stone wall. And what it looks like to your partner is, I don't care. You've got a concern and I don't care. I can't be bothered to listen to it. But typically what's happening is stonewallers are getting escalated internally. Their heart rates are going up and they're shutting down. Like if you took a speaker volume and you turned it all the way up to where, boom, it just snaps and the speakers get cut off. The antidote to stonewalling really is to calm down and to take a break. But take a break in a way that says, I'm coming back, not just leaving the room. Take a break that says, I care, but I need to calm down a little bit. And it can look like, you know what, this is important. I just am getting escalated. I need to calm down. I need to take a break. I will be back. And once you're calm, to be able to have that conversation using a gentle start. So those are the four horsemen. And, you will see some of them in the happiest of relationships. You generally don't see contempt. But when they happen in those satisfied relationships, the couples are bothered by them. And they come back and they do a do-over and they use the antidotes, which generally is a gentle start. Thank you.